This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Hey, girl.
Sam, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be back, especially in such a week of drama.
Drama, chaos, it's all happening. It's Annabel Fidler, the most faithful of the faithful. She's back on the pod. How you doing?
I have been crazy recently. And I feel like it's not just me, Sam. There's something out there in the universe at the moment.
Mercury in Uranus?
Mercury is so deep in Uranus right now because I just every weekend seem to be entering a new level of mad. But I kind of love that for me,
I'm here for
do it for the plot.
Are you making good choices?
I'm making choices
That's a no.
that further the plot.
You're a storyline queen. You're getting screen time in your own life. You're the main character. I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Be the main character of your own life. Nothing, I can't imagine anything worse than turning up to bottomless brunch and not having anything to share.
That's it. Except,
I know.
A bottom.
I'm just saying, Kaylin has never come to bottomless brunch with a juicy story. He's always invited, but he's never got anything to share.
Do not begin this podcast with talk of the dump truck because I'm already horny enough as it is, Annabelle, and I need to calm down. And I'm so here for Kaylin. He's getting hotter every episode, right?
He's outrageously attractive, just a beautiful, exquisite man. No content, absolutely zero content.
Do we need
and
it?
that's fine.
No.
That's not what we are expecting from him. Not everyone can be beautiful and content.
Well,
we're blessed in that way.
He did fly some drones over Antarctica at one point, allegedly. Oh my God. Before we get into Australian Survivor, which I know you're all gagging to hear our thoughts on, we're gonna have a little chat about some other things. Obviously, we're in the penultimate moment of the Traitors US, this fucking unhinged season. Where do we even begin? Wow.
Can we begin with Sandoval's comeback? Because are you a Vanderpump Rules girly?
Girl, of course I am.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he came back. I was skeptical. I was like, he's not going to do it, but he fucking did it.
He was amazing. He was the best casting choice of the season.
Yeah.
This
he
man
showed he was useless and harmless.
Yeah, he came in. All he was a hate cast, right? We're casting him for the haters and for the backlash and the publicity that will generate. And then he actually just delivered week after week after week. And I think this has really opened up his options for future career opportunities.
Whereas Danielle will never be called by a television production ever again.
You hate her on this season. I was listening to it. I cannot
stand her. It's like she's personally trying to make the show terrible.
She's just camp. I'm sorry, her convulsing on the floor, screaming and shaking. If it was any other version of the Traitors, I'd be mad. But it's the Traitors US, which is exclusively about doing the most outrageous things for screen time.
It's F-Boy Island at this point. I loved your take on the pod when you were like, stop trying to pretend this is a game, guys. Just enjoy the camp. Because that is how I enjoy this show, don't get me wrong. But why I'm mad at Danielle is there were so many characters that I wanted to stay on the show. And I feel like she was instrumental in getting rid of them all. She kept Ivar around. Fuck that.
Why is Ivar still there? We hate Ivar podcast.
Oh yeah. I hear you, Jane.
And yes, slay Mama Jane.
Well, I hate a gay misogynist, and that's what he is.
He's a gay misogynist. He's also just boring, which I hate even more. Like, if you're going to be a misogynist, at least be a spicy, at least be F-Boy Island, Joe.
It was giving Kevin
misogynist.
Spacey, like, but without sort of like being too handsy, you know?
I don't know. I like Sam Asghari might need to call his lawyer.
Stop. Did you hear my what I think could improve the show is sexy topless waiters in the manor that Alan can like boss around. Like, why not? We're almost there. We're like almost there. Just
okay, are you up to date on the Dylan Efron doesn't shower?
Yeah, girl.
controversy?
I'm all here for. I love a stinky boy, so I'm horny for it.
Yeah, no, love it. Anyway, did you see his? I've had at least 2 people today.
Yeah.
Which, what does this say about my personal brand? Send me his response video, which is him showering in a Speedo, and it is oh my god,
Stop.
It's so hot.
There's like muscles on his body in places that I didn't not actually know there were muscles on a human.
He's hot. He's smart. Everyone's obsessed with him. Like, he is definitely the number one Efron brother.
My husband Adam thinks that Dylan Efron looks like Noddy.
What? Take that
Look,
back.
no, but like in the face. But like now that I've said that, you can't unsee it. Like,
I'm not going to be able to unsee it.
Noddy in the face, but in a cute way, in like rosy cheeks and a round face.
All right, maybe in the eyes. I'm imagining. So Noddy was okay. This is such an Annabelle story. Noddy was one of those children's TV shows that my nanny had to fast forward through all of the vaguely scary villainous bits because, which tells you 2 things about me. First of all, that I'm a massive crybaby wee wee pants wimp, and 2, I was a kid who had a nanny.
But hang on, like Gumby, I understand, but like Noddy, like girl.
Noddy, Wind in the Willows, the Mufasa death scene. You can imagine
So
the
you
plot
thought
holes
Mufasa
in
lived?
everything. Mufasa just simply wasn't there anymore.
Mufasa went to the
he
farm.
was just a sky daddy.
Oh, you poor baby in your cotton wool.
I know.
Give you a cuddle.
Oh, the neuroticism.
That's good.
But no, I'm
Oh,
yeah, Puffy also not a fan of Noddy.
not a fan.
The Traitors this has been my favorite season of the Traitors US so far. The
Same.
first 2 sucked. I was an active hater. I thought they were the worst. And I love, like, I don't mind having the housewives there if they're causing drama.
Well, they didn't
What
get
I'm
a
not here
chance. They didn't get a chance to.
Well, I think that's why this season's been kind of good because we haven't had, you know, the duds that we've had kept around, like Sandoval, have actually been drama.
True.
And I feel like they didn't deliver enough last season, the housewives.
Yeah, I agree.
Our Bravo Lebs are giving more this
who
time.
was it? It was like Sheree or Phaedra. I mean, Phaedra gave great television.
Gave stuff, yeah. Phaedra
No, I think it's the sort of show where like the cast is so huge at the start and you have no idea who's going to be there at the end. And it's never who you think it's going to be and it's never who you want it to be. That's just part of it. So, boo-hoo.
Yeah. No, exactly. Grow up when Ivar wins
Oh my
in a few days.
Do not put that
Grow
in
up,
the
haters.
universe. If Ivar wins, I will unalive.
And I'm looking for any excuse at the moment, let's be real.
Go on. Oh my god. You said you had a 90-day fiance moment that has dried you right up. Tell me.
It has. I actually think my hymen reattached in this moment. So I've been watching the latest season of 90 Day Fiance. And the whole premise, for those of you who have never watched it, is that there's
Hang on, firstly, if you're listening to this podcast and you've never watched 90 Day Fiance, like, fuck off. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. This audience watches 90 Day Fiance. But there's some completely crazy, super unlikable, awful American person who has found somebody on the internet. And in case dating this person wasn't bad enough, they also want you to come and live in America with them. And so with this particular couple, they are a couple. There's a couple, an American couple, and they have a third that they want to bring into America from Mexico.
Stunning.
And the whole sort of premise is that she's this boss ass bitch. This is the wife, the current wife, and that she's kind of pressuring her simpy husband into divorcing her so she can marry their third. And that he's this kind of like weak beta male, whatever, cuck, you name it. Anyway, something about the man never sat right with me. I'm like, no, I don't think this man is a victim. I think this man is a giant ick, red flag. And what pushed me over the edge, you'd think a throuple, I would be all over it. That was made for me. They were describing the things that they liked about their third. And she's like, yeah. And, you know, she's just really smart and funny. And she's got a banging bod. And then the husband jumps in and he goes, yes. And a scrumptious pussy.
It's giving Alan Cumming and the Crumpet Munchers intro.
Scrumptious pussy is just a phrase I never needed to hear out of this man's mouth in particular.
Oh, wow. Did you see the Onaija of it all? That woman that thought she was going to just move to Pakistan for that guy?
Yes!
Oh, honey.
Yes!
She is an icon. How the fact that 90 Day Fiance did not mobilize shooting just to get her on television, I'm disgraced because she was iconography.
Roll out the red carpet for her. I'm surely 90 Day Fiance got there immediately the moment it started popping off on TikTok. If we don't see her there in the future, then somebody in casting and production needs to be fired.
She's a queen. Just her being like, I'm from Pakistan now. And just the press conferences. Oh,
I need a house.
Is she now?
I need $100K a month. Last time I heard she was in Dubai.
Oh, okay. That checks out.
Yeah. And
I wish her well.
The US was trying to get her back.
The US has bigger fish to fry. They can leave Onaija in Dubai. If only they were rebooting The Real Housewives of Dubai, she could be from Dubai now.
She would again be great there.
Her and Chanel Ayan, honey.
Yeah, Ayan would totally be using her for clout, and I am not even mad about that.
Oh my God. All right. Shall we do it? Should we hop into Aussie Survivor?
Let's hop into Aussie Survivor.
Before we do, though, I'd like to remind my listeners that you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at The Cringe Is Real Pod. So do so because I'm having fun. And I want you, to
what's
be
sexy?
too.
Giving Sam more followers.
Exactly. Hot girls, give me follows. We love. All right. What a week. Firstly, high-level thoughts from this week. Wow. Top marks to production. These challenges were everything.
The challenges were juicy. I knew I needed to see Phil do the splits. And then I got to not Phil, Paulie do the splits, and then Paulie did the splits, and it made my whole life. Who's Phil? I don't know. Chili
Friend
Philly.
of the pod, Paulie. You're like Chili Philly's in this season, right?
Yeah. No, friend of the pod, Paulie do the splits was unbelievably sexy. I didn't think that man could become any sexier in my eyes, and then he did. That was hot. Just this season is so full of unhinged, crazy people, and that's everything I want from a season.
And just AJ, girl, breakout star of this week, but also chill, please.
Relax, be less is my main.
And I say that never. I say that to nobody.
No. He's a lot. I was like, why am I not resonating with this character in a way that I think I normally would? And I think it's the smugness of it all. I mean, the internet was blowing up thinking this man was gay. And I'm like, no, I knew this man was straight from when last week he was telling us how incredibly charming he is. And then cue him like sort of standing over AJ in this weird, very kind of forced, smarmy way. And I'm like, no, that is a straight man move. This is a heterosexual.
He's so
and maybe that's my issue. Maybe it's his aggressive heterosexuality.
He does have aggressive head energy. He's clearly coming for, you know, your King Georges. You're like he wants to be in the Mount Rushmore. And look, like that is one way to get there. But also, is he forgetting that like when you broadcast all this stuff about hostages and like it's aggressive and like some people are just not gonna vibe with that.
Yeah, I don't even care about the hostages of it all. I'm like, George did it first, you know?
Yeah.
Show me something original.
True.
I'm not... you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Benji. And if you told me that AJ has some elaborate online crypto scam going, I wouldn't even need convincing.
It's Benji. Or who was the ice cream guy? Harry.
No, but Harry was fun with it.
Yeah, but still, but Harry was
first.
actually no. Yeah. Harry is Max. They're in the same vibe to me.
Okay,
like
someone
too much giddy energy, and you just want to slap him.
I'm a Max apologist, though. Someone messaged me the other day with a side-by-side of Max and then Sam from my season of The Traitors.
Oh, girl.
And
they've got the same face.
I've not been able to unsee it. It's like same face.
It's the grin. It's like
similar
this one.
energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smirky little grin.
I've not been able to unsee it. And now I'm just absolutely convinced one of their mothers was cheating.
But that's the thing. Like, I was thinking he looks like someone this whole time, and you've just answered it for me. It's Sam from season 2 of The Traitors Australia, the pest that is Sam. Wow.
And it's just, I've always said if Sam had been on Survivor instead of The Traitors, that he would have got a lot less hate. And correct. Like,
True.
Sam would have just been a vaguely irritating character for 2 weeks and then bye.
And he would have gotten a nickname and all of that. Yeah.
And I just want to clarify, I don't think Max was annoying. I actually have really enjoyed him as a character, and I don't understand why people don't like the cartoonishness.
Oh, I mean, there's a certain type of cartoonishness that I can fuck with. Max's cartoonishness, just, it's I think I can see him trying so hard with it, and that's the bit that annoys me. I don't know. It's not for me.
I find it camp. I think it's
trying
Danielle
to be
convulsing
camp
on the floor.
You can't fake camp. I don't know. He's annoying me. I mean, look, obviously he's been blessed with this stunning zero body fat rig and the little tush and the cheeky little smile. I'll give you that, Max. Well done.
Am I being blinded by the Speedos? Is 100%. That my problem? Am I being blind? Am my Speedos blinded?
It's giving like a Jim Carrey character for me. Like, ooh, yeah.
I think it's because I'm attracted to men who seem vaguely gay. And which is why I'm horniest for Paulie on this season. And,
well, aren't we all?
And I'm like,
did you see Paulie at Mardi Gras? In his Mardi Gras Speedos?
God.
Girl.
So much. The fact that I am more into Max than I am into AJ should tell everybody that AJ is clearly the straight one.
Yeah, true. Let's hop into this week. Episode 7 was called A Date with JLP, which is also something I would like. And Max, speak of the devil, is bummed that his little plan from last week's tribal didn't work out. I can't even remember. He tried something.
I don't even know
that's right. He had the scroll power from Rich, the bomb squad. And he was like, and he sent home like the wrong people. Anyway, he fucked it. Zara gives us an Oscar award-winning performance, pretending she's upset. She's like, oh my God, I don't even know what happened. I just like was there, and then my hand started writing like a name, and I was like, oh my God, like what? I'm so confused. Where are we? It was amazing.
She role-played Kara perfectly. The way she is nailing Kara in a way AJ is just not nailing George, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she really is.
Yeah.
Great performance.
No, Zara's an icon and I stan.
Love Zara. Because I wasn't sure, and then when we got her housewife style intro, I was like, oh, I'm listening.
The orange Lambo.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's so good. All right, we get the only reward challenge of the week, which is for some very sad looking sandwiches. But then it doesn't matter because, plot twist, it's a fucking tribe swap. How cheeky. I love that it was like, oh, and there's another prize. And then it was actually the buffs. I like that.
Yeah, you can get away from the annoying people that you hate. Except for you, Noonan.
No.
And also you, Myles. You're both stuck with your enemies.
Yeah, but first, Rich gives a little fist bump when he sees that Ali's gone from the other tribe. And JLP's like, oh, tell us more about that. So I got to say, this week, week 1, Rich, I was like, disgusting. Week 2, I was like, and then week 3, I was so hardcore into Rich. I cannot tell you. Like, I want to have a beer with Rich.
Sexually or
all
as
of it.
As
all
a
of
character?
It. I love Rich in this week. So
okay. I've never hated Rich. Like, I've never thought this man is annoying and unbearable. Honestly, it takes a lot for me to feel like that about some of these characters. But
he's a pub guy. You can see him at the pub.
He's a pub guy.
He's got pub chat. Yeah. And that's my kind of guy. You need the chat.
No, I can tell we would probably not get along in person. Like, he is not indulging me going around the room and asking whether or not they're circumcised or uncircumcised. He's like, Annabelle, please leave.
He would love that, I reckon. He's a lad. Anyway, but all his lines, like, he has so many great lines this week. Like,
his fight with AJ, which we'll get to,
on the balloons,
that was very redeeming.
Oh, you're going to come to the party and not blow up any balloons? I was like, okay, I love this.
That was so good. No, he in picking a fight with AJ, he endeared himself.
He did. Okay, so these new tribes, and look, I fucking hate it when they do this because it's really hard to recap, but we have the new Brains tribe, which is Ben, Laura, Hot Dad PD, DJ Kate, Morgan, Myles, Zara, Jesse, and Max. Then we have new Brawn, which is Ursula, Dump Truck Kaylin, Rich, Creepy AJ, Logan, Noons, Paulie, Karen, and Kristen, who I believe is a person that's on this show.
Kristen, she's there.
She is there, honey.
She did sit for AJ, and now she doesn't.
She had a few lines this week where she's kind of in the circle of the strat chat, but she's there being like, yeah.
Yeah, like Ben, they're flirting with the idea of giving her more speaking lines, but mostly she's giving, NPC.
Yeah. Ben is also a part of the Hot Dad collective. Are you on board? Like, honey?
I got something for you, actually, Sam, that if I was going to see you in person today, I would have given you. Because my friend brought me back a lot of inappropriate bracelets from Bangkok. And this one has never really resonated with me, but I thought would be the perfect gift for you. And I don't know if you can see it, but it says, I love
so
ginger
much.
dick.
Oh my God. Thank you. No one's ever understood me so much. Is this because of my obsession with Jessie?
Yes.
Hot Dad Jessie. Just the whole... So the thing with the Hot Dads is, like, on their own, average at best, but get them together and it's a Hot Dad party, Annabelle.
I love a hot dad. I think PD
can step on my face.
He can also
consensually
step on mine.
Yeah.
Consensually step on my face. My other controversial take, I was horny for Kent.
Oh, same. Even though he was a creepy praying mantis. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
What did
He's
they call
like a
them in the
creepy
White Lotus?
narcissist.
Are you watching the White Lotus at the moment?
Yes,
And they were
Loser Back Home. Yes,
and they were
Loser
the
Back Home.
loser
I
back
called
home.
that as well.
Yes, it was
Yes.
loser back home energy. And hey, whatever. And hey, whatever.
Yes. Doesn't he own like a bar in Canggu or something as well, which is such LBH
Oh
energy.
no, of course he does.
I love him. He was absolutely iconic. And also I've got a lot of controversial takes. Nash, I was kind of a bit horny for Nash as
Yeah,
well.
no, that's your style. It's giving how you horny for Pac-Man on the Traitors Canada.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just an eyebrow. You like an eyebrow, don't you?
I love strong eyebrows. Like, if they're not going to give bisexual, then I need them to be. I need a strong brow, strong nose. Just, I need a lot there.
We haven't even talked about bisexual, biracial, bi-tribal, the queen of the season, Myles. That line,
Myles
I thought
is
of you.
good.
So good.
Yes. Yeah. I'm obsessed with Myles. He's been a really fun character.
Yeah.
I was just rewatching the second episode of the week because I had started it late and I was quite intoxicated by that time. And just him doing exactly the same thing on the new beach of running around, misreading social cues, kind of pissing all of the purple original Brawn guys off. I was like, I want Myles here to the end.
Myles is baby girl. He needs protection. Like, if anyone fucks with Myles, I will, like, personally ruin them.
Yeah, I will cyberbully his cyberbullies.
Oh, don't. Channel 10 will put out a graphic.
That's what I was so mad about. I was like, I got too late to the episode to be warned about cyberbullying.
Damn!
I didn't even get my cyberbullying in.
Well, the new tribe. So Noon's not happy about the new tribes, but stoked. She's still with her, like, gay bestie Paulie. So, like, shut up.
Yeah.
Girl. Yeah.
That's the hottest gay alliance in the whole show.
Exactly. Laura also not thrilled. And then we get this challenge. It's the memory one where they've got to, like, run into the ocean, look at the things, and then remember the things. Great. We love this one.
The highlight was Kaylin's unnecessary butterfly.
Yeah. Butterfly is such a, like, I'm a swimmer, like, flex.
Yeah.
Like, we get it.
I've never tried doing butterfly and not strained a muscle in my pelvis. So I just
I've
know
never tried.
that man has insane pelvic control. And that's hot.
Honey. I'm sorry, like, Caitlin, that bod is just, calm down, mate. It's so hot.
Okay, but could you talk about Antarctic seed species
or not
to get to the body?
We don't need to talk. We don't need to talk.
Okay.
We can just
All right.
cuddle.
Fair.
Oh my god. Ursula wins the final round for Brawn, the new Brawn, so they go on a little sandwich reward. On said reward, Karen tells us that she's bummed she has to work with Rich now. She's like, fucking I have to work with these. And Karen is such a queen. I love this line. She's like, the culture was bad, mate. You were the bad culture. It was you. Loved it.
You are the problem, Rich. Karen is my crush pick of the season, by the way. She is so hot. That challenge from last week where she was sensually wrestling Ursula for like an hour was horny.
Wow.
Horny.
That's why they had JLP had to stop it. He was getting too aroused.
Yeah, he was. And they're all in Speedos, so there was nothing to... Anyway, she's my favorite. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. Over at New Brains, Zara just hates everyone. And girl, same. Like...
Same.
It's honestly slim pickings for Zara. So she kind of goes idol hunting a little bit, and then Myles appears, and he's like, oh, hey. And I love when they edit Myles to just look like the most annoying fucking, like... chatty Kathy ever. He's like, oh, you guys want to talk strat?
I love him. I also, like, there's been a lot of controversy online about Myles and everyone always wanting to pick on Myles all the time.
True.
And
how do you feel about that?
I'm like, yes, I am sure a large part of this is unconscious bias.
Mm-hmm.
He's bisexual and biracial, famously.
And bi-tribal.
But I also don't want us, and bi-tribal, I don't want us to overlook the fact that they're also bullying him because he's a nerd.
Well, that's the thing. And I think it's just othering. It's like intersectional othering.
Yes.
It doesn't, you don't need to pinpoint
Yes.
it. He stands out. It doesn't matter why, he does. And I think you can't pretend that doesn't play into this at all. And it just annoyed me, like particularly with like Kent playing this angle first and then Max now doing it. The like, oh, I've got to get this kid out. It's like, guys, have you ever heard the expression pick on someone your own size? Like, wouldn't it be cooler if you were like, oh, I'm going to take out like, I don't know, fucking PD or someone strong. Like,
Literally.
then you look like a real badass. But picking out a nerd, like you just look like a shit guy.
Does anyone, I don't think you need to be putting this much effort into voting out Myles. From what we have seen of Myles, he's not amazing at building social relationships.
No.
When he tries to talk strategy to anyone, he needs to get pulled aside to be told to shut up, you're getting on everyone's nerves.
Because he's
like,
so
this
excited.
Man, he's so happy to be here. He is me. Like, I get him. I love him.
Yeah.
So, why are we wasting social capital coming for Myles when there will be a time for Myles, you know? Can you imagine being on that tribe and how bad the chat would be? Like, you're sitting around with PD, Ben, and the other one, and
hot dads.
Jake, Jason, the hot dads.
Jesse.
Sitting around with the hot dads. That chat is going to be so dry.
Hot dad chat would suck. But like, yeah, I still would be thrilled to be in the middle. But okay, so Zara is like, let's get Max out first. And Myles is like, oh, okay. And then cut to Max finding a fucking idol and doing what I perceive as annoying, but Annabelle perceives as camp, a little dance.
I thought it was a good dance. He's a good dancer. I'm like, does he have professional training? Is he a failed theatre kid? Like, did he want to go pro and then ended up as a drama teacher?
It's giving TikTok. I don't know. Like,
okay, all right.
Is that what he's going for? Like, because I can see a big future for him on TikTok after this.
He does do the little videos that are really giving TikTok.
He reminds me of the milkshake man. Are you across the milkshake
No,
man?
I'm not a TikTok girly.
This is Australia's Eurovision entry this year. It's just a hot guy singing about his milk.
Okay, no, I can see that.
But Max
I can see him on...
Max is the milkshake man at this point.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it.
Okay.
All right, immunity challenge. It's ropes, it's heavy stuff, it's keys, it's tiles, and a great big pole.
Ooh, JLP was living for this.
It was a pole management exercise. There was one line, Paulie and Ursula working that pole, which was a good one.
Yeah.
Ben, Hot Dad Ben is so good at these challenges. When he has to piff stuff, he's a piffer.
His lack of chat back at camp is truly compensated for by his ability to perform in challenges.
Yeah. Like, he just gets it. I guess he's, a stonemason?
Yeah, I mean, he did rebuild the shelter for the old brains. He's like, I can't believe you guys have been sleeping under this for 2 weeks.
That's right.
Today is makeover day. Do we not remember when Ali said the same thing last week and she got thrown down the well for it?
Well, yeah. Women, right? They'd be talking.
Women.
It's like, shut up.
She was more of a delegator, though. I don't know that she was bringing many practical building skills to the table.
I gotta say, Ali's really setting the movement behind, though. Like, the way she was talking to people, I was like, oh, girl.
What is it with shows you and I have spoken about together and Ali's?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh,
Yeah.
that Ali was... Yeah, I don't know who's worse.
I know.
Are they still together, by the way? Ali and Squareface?
I need to do some research. Let me
Yeah.
look that up as we explain what
We'll
happens
circle
next
back.
in the episode.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Pre-tribal. Oh, soz. Brains win. Brains win. Pre-tribal at the new Brawn camp. Karen is worried that Rich might sort of make or break the ex-brains. Because, of course, this is always going to be the thing when there's a swap. It just always becomes about like old tribal lines. But with this cast, they're all like, no. That's boring. We want to do more fabulous television. Here we go.
Especially AJ, who is absolutely determined, He's like, he's playing this like it's the Traitors USA. What does he need to do to maximize his screen time?
Oh my God. Noons is like, you're very quiet, Ursula. And Ursula's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Paulie is keen to keep the ex-Brawns together, but worried that Ursula is going to fuck it up. And then it all kicks off and we get this housewives level explosive fight between Paulie, Noons and Ursula. It was heaven.
Okay, update. It does appear that Joe and Ali are still together. Now, that said, I want some caveats here. There's no photos of them that have been posted of them together since January, but they still follow each other and there's not been any breakup announcements.
That was a deep dive.
So I think they're still going.
Of course they are. I wish them well. So Paulie, Noons and Urs.
Yeah.
They're at it. It's like, this was amazing. Like Ursula going, don't you talk to me like I'm a dog.
Yeah. Ursula, where do you stand on the Ursula versus Noonan of it all?
I mean, I'm so biased. Like, I just clearly just like love Noons because she's in with my girl Paulie. So I'm kind of just like on this side. Plus, Ursula's kind of boring. I don't know. She's like
boring.
Hot.
Not a fan.
No, like
not understanding the game.
Not
I'm
understanding
Team
the game
Noonan as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Team Noons just cause she's a fun girly.
Yeah.
But
plus, she was funny about it. She was funny about the whole fight. I don't think Ursula was funny about it.
No, but I think both of them were genuinely like perturbed.
Oh no, they genuinely hated each other. But Noons was hilarious about being a hater.
Oh, true. Ursula's doesn't lol at all. There's not a lot of lolling. Not a lot of lolling.
She belonged on the hot dad chat. That was her safe space.
She's in the hot dad group chat, and they're just talking about like, I don't know, drill bits.
Yeah, they're footy tipping.
Paulie tells Rich he wants Logan out, which I'm like, no, I love Logan. She's sassy.
Love Logan. Logan is so fun.
Oh my God. Then Rich says he knows he should pull it in, but he doesn't want to pull it in because he wants to get spicy. This is, I think, when I was like, okay, I am Rich. Like, this is what I would do if I was on this show. I would get out there and I'd be like, okay, be sensible. And then I would just be so dumb,
Yeah. I can't rein it in is my problem, We've got to be 100% myself all of the time, and 100% me is annoying,
But like, I love that for Rich, and 100% Rich is actually really fun. So like, don't ever change, babe. Be you. Be 100%.
Be you. We're getting to his fight with AJ though, because I was so on Rich's side with this. I have concussion from all the dick swinging AJ has been doing.
We also got the iconic Oko Yono line. It's just like Oko Yono. Which endeared me to Rich even more.
Richard is the uncle that's saying the slightly racist things at Christmas.
Yeah. 100%. So AJ says to Paulie, he's like, to him and Noonan, I like you guys. I vibe with you guys. I think he doesn't. He's just saying that. It's like,
he says that to everyone.
He does say it to everyone.
It's so insincere. Why is anyone swallowing this?
He's like trying to be one of the girlies. And I'm like, you are not one of the girlies, AJ. Move along.
No.
And then we get, Rich to AJ, it's like you want to be at the party, but you don't want to blow any balloons. Obsessed.
Yeah. AJ's like, I want you to do this move for me, but you've got to do this, but I'm not going to play along because I want to be able to kick you under the bus later and like play both sides. So are you happy taking the fall for this? And Rich is like, bitch, no. Bitch, fuck off.
Imagine working with someone like AJ. He'd just be such a punisher. He'd be like, all right, team, today you're all going to do this. And they're like, what about you? He'd be like, I'm going to lunch.
Respect to Rich, because there were so many times this week where I was like, why does someone not tell AJ where to stick it? Like, why is no one telling this man to shut up and fuck off?
I know.
You don't have as much power as you are asserting. Rich did. Rich was like, no, girl.
So then Rich calls Tribal date night. He's like, we got date night, which I loved. And then we go straight to date night, so Karen says to JLP, oh, let's forget Tribal lines, honey. And it was like, ooh. Rich says there is a logical plan or an exciting plan. And he knows which one he's going to go for, which was...
Little does he know there's
so
also
good.
another exciting plan.
Yeah.
There are multiple exciting plans.
I know. Logan then appeals to the Brawn gang on like a personal level. What did you think about Logan's appeal? She's like, we really love you guys. Like, fun times.
I don't know if it worked, but I think Logan is one of those people who everyone seems to just automatically click with and really love.
Yeah.
In a way that I don't know is necessarily translates that easily on television. But, you know, no one can get rid of Logan. Logan, people are obsessed with her. She's magnetic.
Yeah. But sadly, for my newfound love, Rich was not his night.
Oh, Rich.
Yeah.
We tried.
I was sad about it, but it made sense because he was pretty easy to mobilize the group against, I think. Don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to talk strategy. I'm here to talk about who's hot. But I think in getting rid of the safe person, we don't have to worry about idols. He's just over there. We don't have to worry about what Ursula's doing. Rich was the nice, safe option.
And I'm here to tell you, I thought Rich was hot.
And I'm here to tell you, I think Logan's hot, and I really don't want her to go.
So hot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if it was a choice between those two, kind of glad it was Rich still, but yeah. Anyway, episode 8 is called Maggot in the Rice. Okay.
Yeah, okay, was that the most exciting part? I mean, I was really sad for Karen when she found a maggot in her rice. And then I was thinking, are maggots bad for you? Like, can you eat maggots? Will that make you sick?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's raining hard at the new Brains camp and Ben is miserable. This is when we get makeover, rescue, changing rooms.
Yeah.
All of that.
Hot dads put their foot down. They're like, no.
They should have done a montage. Like a like a camp montage would have been cute here.
With Myles kind of standing around, not doing a lot, and then asking lots of questions.
Zara is floored at Myles's overly chatty gob. And she's like, what the fuck is Myles doing here? And I'm like, Zara, get into it.
Myles is trying to make friends. Myles is trying to give information in exchange for, friendship points. Myles is trying to get to know these people and relate to them in the only way he knows how, which is strat chat. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that the other gays at the D&D sesh love this. Unfortunately, Ben only likes talking about lawn care and drill bits.
Mm-hmm. This is where Myles reveals that he is, in fact, biracial, bisexual, and bi-tribal. And I died. Like, queen.
I died. That was so hot. That was really sexy.
Speaking of sexy, over at New Brawn, we get Kaylin. Just loving the lads. He's such a lad. Like, he's ladding out on Brawn with the hot dads.
He picked AJ up and, threw him over his shoulder.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Yeah. He also thinks the beach is nicer. He's like, oh, and these amenities are great. I'm like, okay. Do you think the one beach is actually nicer than the other? I don't know.
I'm willing to believe one beach is nicer than the other, has more coconuts than the other. I mean, I think that's fairly common from what we've heard from returning or past players.
Yeah.
But we have you noticed we really only ever get personality moments from Kaylin? Like, this is Kaylin bartending. This is Kaylin wrestling. We don't really get a lot of. We get a vague insight here about what he's thinking strategically, but we never really hear what he's thinking about the game or other people.
He's such a boy.
Yes.
Like, you're like, oh,
yes.
like he's always playing around. It's cute, but yeah.
Do you think he still lives with his mom?
Potential. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
I could see that.
AJ loves chaos. AJ is our chaos queen. He's planning to leverage it. He asks Kristen, who is a player on this game, about her thoughts on Paulie and Noons. And she's like, yeah, let's just like act like we're mates, but like we're not. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, cooked.
She was so giggly and excited around him at this point. Like, his charm was finally working, and it was working on, apparently there's a woman in the game called Kristen or Kirsten.
Yeah. But I love this. Like, AJ thinks everyone is just like so on board, and it's like, honey, you are rubbing people the wrong way.
I feel like he must be, right?
Surely.
Right? Surely.
Yeah. Anyway, he says that she's in his pocket, which made me feel a bit gross. I did not like that.
Maybe maybe this is what's triggering me about him. Like, Max might be Sam in the ways that Sam was fun and campy, which I'll asterisk because you disagree. Whereas AJ is the worst parts of that archetype, which is I'm in control. Everybody loves me. Everyone has to do what I say, my way or the highway. And I'm triggered by it.
But Kristen is a firefighter, and she's told us time after time again that she is really into like integrity and mateship. She's giving mateship. And it's kind of like, and this is where AJ's getting it wrong, because he's like extroverted gameplay is pissing her off quietly inside.
Well, not in this episode. He doesn't piss her off until he backstabs her.
But I can tell now already when he's like, hey, we're going to do this. And she's like, yeah, I think she's not 100% on board. And he's like, she's in my pocket. And I'm like, I don't know if she is. Whether or not she's going to do anything about that just yet, we don't know. But she's not that into it.
No.
Yeah.
It's no Tara and Lockie, put it that way.
No. We get Ursula and Noons just like eye rolling at each other. They're just, not vibing. And AJ
hate each other.
AJ starts more sentences with, as a poker player.
I think also maybe I'm mad at Ursula because she'd be a really hot lesbian, but actually she's straight.
Is she? Do we know that?
Yeah, I asked.
You asked her?
You know, I need to get a full list of everyone's sexuality on the season at the start.
Oh my God. But yeah, if someone in IRL came up to me and started a sentence with as a poker player, I would turn around and run.
Oh my God. True story. This guy tried to impress me by telling me that when he was young, he was a professional poker player where all he did was travel around Australia, going from casino to casino, playing hands. And that's how he afforded his lifestyle. No, I needed to go to the bathroom and then metaphorically climbed out the window and then ended myself.
Immunity challenge. It's, oh, not the pegs, which I thought was funny. Oh no,
I'm
not
always
pegs.
down for a pegging. I'm always down for a pegging challenge.
I thought you might.
I nail a pegging challenge.
You would slay the pegging challenge. You chasing JLP with those pegs.
And with Kaylin's pelvic control, we're unstoppable.
Wow, this was hot. There was a lot of Paulie grasping different pegs and twisting that torso. It was they know what they're doing with this prop design.
They really do.
And
He has amazing flexibility.
Hot. And PD and Paulie had a bit of like hot banter at one moment. I was like, okay, I'm down.
PD throwing stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. This is how I got so high on AK. I was like, there's something just like really sexually attractive about someone being good at throwing stuff. Maybe it's because I'm a little custard arm, but it's hot.
And this is when AJ's like, you guys should throw the challenge. And they were like, Scuzzy?
Please explain.
Please explain. But Daddy PD is just too good. And the New Brains tribe win immunity. So sorry about it. At Brawn, Noonan says that 20 years of netball, nothing to show for it.
I just feel so bad for the players when they completely balls up a challenge. Is it the next one where Karen just can't get the ball in the net and it's
that was
holding
hard
everyone
to
up?
watch because they all had to do it. That was mean that they all had to
know.
do it. That pressure would kill me. Like I would fucking die.
I'm so bad at sport and it's too relatable. But these people are good at sport, so it must hurt them even more.
But you can be good at something and then there's like a camera pointed at you and it's like, I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah. No.
AJ's like, I'm not fussed about winning. I'm just going to get the other tribe to throw all the challenges.
Okay, sweetie.
And we get hostage chat. Yeah.
Yeah. When AJ ends up in a Romanian jail, extradited by Trump, it happened.
It happened. Kaylin thinks Ursula is an okay vote, but Paulie is a better vote. And to that, I was like, no, sir, do not vote for Paulie.
I don't want Paulie going out, but this was where I was getting a little bit heated because I was rewatching this before I jumped on. So, Karen and AJ are talking. Karen's like, obviously we break up Paulie and Noonan. And AJ's like, obviously not because I want it to be Ursula. And then Kaylin pulls Logan and Karen aside and is like, what do you mean he wants to go for Ursula? Obviously we break up Paulie and Noonan. And I'm like, well, where did this all fall apart? Why are we just doing what AJ wants?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. At Tribal, AJ is on one about the hostage. Like, he just will not shut up about the hostages. And I'm like, girl, it's a bit much.
Yeah.
The speech giving.
Yeah. Traitors US screen time. If this man was on a returning players season, he would be the first one out with this kind of behavior because they'd be like, this man is stealing my screen time.
He's achieving that goal though. Like, I 100% already can tell you he will be back, no matter where he plays.
Yeah.
Like, he's coming back.
Oh, he's replaced Benji. Benji has now officially lost his spot.
Yeah, sorry, girl. Kaylin is not into the hostage chat, or Karen. They're a bit like, read the room. And Paulie's like, it's not a 4-4 split. There are factions. Noons says that Ursula thinks she's beneath her shoe or beneath her feet. What did she say?
Yeah, she thinks that she's saying that Ursula treats Noonan like Noonan is dirt under her shoe.
That's right. Sorry, dirt under her shoe.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Which was, these two need to sort it out on the remix because it's getting awkward.
Yeah. No, yes. No love there. No love there.
Yeah, it's like the girls.
On one hand, I kind of, obviously I don't want Paulie to go out. I wanted them to get rid of Kirsten, that other player who was there, because I kind of wanted there to still be drama between Ursula and Noonan, but also protect Noonan and Paulie's sanity at all costs. So sorry, Ursula.
Yeah. The girls are fighting though. Like, Ursula is like, well, that's pretty big coming from someone who tried to throw me under the bus. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's maths now, but fabulous. They expose each other's plans. This is when she's like, you mentioned Karen and blah, blah, blah. And they're all like, ooh.
Actually, on that note, wouldn't a lesbian maths be incredible?
So good. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, so they expose each other's plans. It's all one of the two had to go for everyone's sanity, just dealing with this back and forth. And I think Ursula was the most aggressive about it. So I kind of think that's why she went.
Yeah, I think that she wasn't connecting. I mean, I think AJ was going around and being like, who here simps for me hardest? And Ursula did the least amount of simping.
Totally. I loved Paulie's head on a swivel at this tribal. He was like, whoop, 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 like looking at Noons, looking at Ursula. Like, it was cute.
Shout out to Paulie for not playing his idol, though.
Very good.
Let's not forget our king still has that.
Yes. So I always forget when people have idols. But yes, Paulie has an idol and he's keeping that shit tight. Just like that bod.
Oof.
Episode 9 was called Hostages.
Can you believe it? It's happening again. This episode was really fun, though.
Really good. Really good app.
I felt quite strongly going into this episode that my poor man Max was going at. I thought his villain arc started last week. It's been slowly ramping. And I think that this is the crescendo we were building to.
Yeah. At New Brawn, Logan says AJ's an idiot. Idiot. So I was like, yes, they're catching on. I think people were just slowly starting to get sick of the hostage speeches to the point where they were like, we're all hostage to the hostage speeches.
We're all hostages while this man is on the show. I feel like a hostage. And the hostage speech is not going to stop Sam.
No, she's like, this guy's insane. It's a very aggressive play. And lo and behold, Kristen is not into it either. Kirsten.
Oh, yeah, I loved that moment.
Yeah, I was like, finally, Mum's showing up.
Yeah.
So her and Logan kind of bond over their mutual hatred for the hostages of it all. And I was like, this is how it all starts.
Yeah, no, that was really great. I really enjoyed that.
Really good. Over at Brains, Max meditates. Myles is being chatty. Kathy, again, they do one of those edits where it's like, oh, and then like Max just chatting in the background, like disrupting the meditation. I thought it was pretty funny. And then Hot Dad Jesse, like, love him, but also this was kind of rude. Like, Myles is like speaking at him and his face is just like, cool story. Like, he's like looking everywhere but at Myles.
You know, if you thought that Myles had it hard on the Brains being bullied by Hot Dad Kent, imagine if he had started on Brawn, where there were even more toxic hot dads. He would have been eaten alive.
Can the next season just be hot dads? No versus, just everyone is a hot dad.
As long as it airs alongside lesbian maths to balance everything out.
Yeah, they'll be on at the same time, like currently, ruining my life.
Okay, I actually have another hot take about this tribe.
Yeah.
Okay, so gay Twitter, come for me.
Mm-hmm.
I am not high on Morgan and Kate.
Oh, well, Morgan and Kate are not present. Sorry.
They're not on the
they're not on the show.
Present. When they are, it's just Kate being unbelievably hot, and she is unbelievably hot.
DJ Kate is
and Morgan
so
being like mean to people.
Yeah, Morgan also unbelievably hot, but like really doesn't
hot.
Seem to be playing, or she's not getting any airtime. But when she does, it's kind of Mean Girl vibes.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, I know that gay Twitter stands them because they're hot, and they are really hot. But
is that what's happening?
I'm not. Yeah, they're hot girlies, obviously, and there's two of them being hot together, but they're not my
doing
girlies.
Anything. Come on,
Noons and Paulie are my girlies.
Yeah, they're my ride or
Karen,
dies.
Zara,
to be
Logan
Danielle,
and Laura.
They're my ride or dies. So. Oh my God. Myles tells us that his nemesis is Mad Max the Jungle Cat. And I'm like, okay, now it's like a whimsical children's book. Mad Max the Jungle Cat. It's like Where the Wild Things Are.
Max could be the Cheshire Cat, though. I could see him in a musical as the Cheshire Cat.
Why don't you work for 10 coming up with these names? The Cheshire Cat versus the Jungle Mouse, and who will go home this week? Bum, 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 bum. The rivalry, like the nicknames and the rivalries, it's so camp. Like, I love it.
I love it too. It's so corny and manufactured, and I'm obsessed with it.
Obsessed.
Don't stop.
Never change. Immunity challenge is canoes and sandbags. This was fucking chef's kiss. Like,
This
wow.
was
Drama.
was drama.
Even without the twist, this was a great challenge because they had to kind of like, I don't know, carry all these fucking sandbags and slide the puzzle. Like, it was a really good challenge anyway.
Yes. No, it was good.
And AJ, of course, gives his hostage pitch to the whole cast now that they are like on the map. This was like fucking cringe, mate.
This was, again, what really annoys me is when contestants, before they go out there, watch YouTube highlight reels of Survivor's most iconic moments and then try and recreate them word for word once they're out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to my bestie Luke, love him. But literally watching a highlights reel and being like, I'm going to build a spy shack. We don't need to perfectly recreate these moments. We really, really don't.
It's like coming out and being like, hey, everyone, my grandma's dead.
Literally, actually.
Yeah.
Or Shane Powers recreating Greg Buis's phone, BlackBerry phone, and then everyone acting like he was... Anyway, look, I'm not even going to go down this rabbit hole of my pet peeves.
Intellectual property, it's real.
Be original.
Be original. So AJ does the hostage pitch. Zara is like, shut up. Like, what, you're going to hang us out to dry? Your OGs?
Myles finally had one single friend in this game in the form of AJ, who he's been separated from. And AJ's like, here's a shovel, mate. Go dig your grave.
Yeah, poor Myles being like, fuck. That was the one guy I was aligned with and everyone knows it. And now he's being the biggest douchebag on the island. I felt for Myles. Anyway. I love this. Jesse's like, oh, I didn't realize you had big kahunas in those board shorts, mate. And I was like, all right, Dad, calm down.
Yeah, I hated it. You were like drooling a little, salivating.
I was like, all right, let's.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. All right.
Then the challenge starts, and kahunas aside, Jesse and the hot dads actually start throwing it, which I was like,
they actually do
I was
it.
gooped and gagged. I didn't think they were going to do it.
This was so exciting.
Yeah.
And you're like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Because at the start, they're just like slowly taking the sandbags off. And we're like, no, they are kind of throwing the challenge. They are. And then it just becomes more and more blatantly obvious. When it's just poor Myles and Max trying to put the puzzle together. Myles is begging them like, please, guys, come on. And oh, my heart.
Insanity. And then if it couldn't get any more exciting, then they slide the puzzle and it says one of the sandbags contains an idol, and everyone just descends into chaos.
Well, especially that tribe, they're all immediately run. They go, amazing, an excuse to not do the puzzle at all. Let's go get the idol. Myles is like too short to get the pieces up, and he's like standing on Max's shoulders to try and get the pieces up. Oh, bless.
They gave them so many opportunities to throw, because then every individual person had to get that ball on the net, like where poor thing Karen had a real hard time with that. But like that was an opportunity for people to throw individually. Then the idols, it was like, okay, we're playing like 4D chess here, and I'm into it.
Absolutely. I mean, blessing for Karen, she could have had all day to get her ball up there because the others were not bothered.
Yeah, they were like, honey, take your time. She did it finally, and wow, crazy challenge.
But who got the idols? So Kristen Kirsten, we don't know her name.
Kristen Kirsten got an idol. And then Myles got one. And did you notice they all downplayed Myles getting it? They're like, oh, it just was floating there and you just picked it up. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Y'all were out there for 30 minutes looking for this thing, okay? And he completed the challenge, came back,
and
got
then it
the
was
idol.
sitting there. Yeah. Good stuff, though. I think, like, having a public idol like this, though, where, like, JLP literally names and shames you at the end of the challenge, not as exciting or useful as a hidden one, but still good. I'll still take it.
But I mean, I think you had to, because at this point there's like, what, 4 or 5 idols in the game? We've got Kristen Kirsten,
these are quick
AJ,
ones.
Paulie.
Yep. These are going to get used
ones
up.
that you're just supposed to burn. Yeah.
Love it. Brains. Myles has the idol, which has confused the hot dads. Feet DJ Kate. They're all like, what the fuck do we do now? This was such a good pre-tribal scramble. It genuinely moved in ways that I was titillated by. What did you think?
This was exciting. Like Max trying to work the hot dads, coming at the hot dads with a plan, with some logic. And I was like, this is going to be cute because the hot dads plus the mean girls are going to have to strategize. And we have not seen them participate in any such thing up until this point. So I'm interested to see what happens.
But doesn't JLP at Tribal go to Ben? He's like, you haven't been here since like Nash went out, and Ben's like, oh yeah, nice to see you, mate. Missed ya. So the plan is to get out Max, but also flush the idol. And I was like, great plan.
Little do they know, Max has Jezebel.
Well, he does have Jezebel. What's he going to do with Jezebel?
I don't know, but that was a long-term relationship and he wanted to take her home.
He sure did, for special time with Jezebel at home. Laura is stoked Myles has an idol. Max does more dancing and doesn't fully commit to Zara's plan. He's like, yeah, it's going to be a party, that's for sure. And I was like...
Yeah, she's like, look me in the eye and tell me you're doing this or I'm going to kill you. And he like looks in the other direction and is like, party time.
Yeah, he looks away. He's like, yeah, let's...
then runs off to hot dads and are like, she threatened to murder me.
It was giving Danielle to Brittany, let's just wait to the round table. I'll see you at the round table, girl. Let's just wait.
Yes.
Oh my God. Max and Jessie have a little sexy like bath at the well. They're like ladling water on themselves.
That was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah, I was really into that. I'm not going to lie, I was into that. I was on like my 6th rosé by this stage.
Yeah, that was a good little scene. I'm sorry, but Max is insufferable at this point. I was just like, get him out. As cute as he is. Yeah. Laura is worried about the plan. She wants Max to vote with her. Max says he can't work with Zara or Myles. Like, okay. Like, he's actually really petty and hateful at this moment.
No, okay. But I think he's not doing a very good job of articulating it.
Okay.
And I was
simp for your baby boy Max. Off you go.
I'm not. I feel bad because he's being cyberbullied.
Oh, is he? Oh, I don't want that.
So I feel like I don't want to pile on. Like, I was a bit icked by the whole, and I backed myself. That was giving AJ when he's like, and I backed myself to get in with this. But the
producers gassed them up. Like, he would have been gassed up to do all that. Like, it's
yeah. But the bit I thought did make sense was him. You know, he's just had this completely ballsed up this last tribal, if you remember, with Brains, where it was clear that Myles and Zara weren't voting with him, weren't working with him. They had their own separate alliance going on. So it's not like he's just come out of nowhere and decided he hates them now.
But it felt personal and it felt very like rigid. Okay. Like, I think in that edit, it definitely looked like he just was choosing to never work with them because he didn't like them. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I was reading it as more strategic, but I'm receptive to him also
No, I think you're
being
right.
on the pick on the nerds bandwagon.
I think you're right. It just, for some reason, came off bad. And is that why? So people are full on going there?
For weeks now.
Oh.
Yeah, ever since last week. That was, remember how JLP put out that, or they, Channel 10 put
that's
out,
what
we
it
were
was
talking about
for.
this before. That it was about Max, yes.
Okay. Well, not to pile on, but he does say a really annoying line, which is, "We're pirates, baby," to Laura. And I was like, don't say that, please, ever again.
It could be worse. He could have gone, scrumptious pussy.
That was his next option. Scrumptious pussy. Or
If I go on another show, should I make my alliance name the Scrumptious Pussies?
10 would love that. The Scrumptious Pussies Brigade. Can I be in that alliance?
You're obviously in Scrumptious Pussies.
Yes. Jesse, Dad, floats the 333 plan. But there's also lots of Max flip chat. So going to this tribal, it was a little bit like, what's going to happen? Which is what they want. What did you think was going to happen?
I felt confident, as I said, coming into this episode, that it was over for Max.
Yeah.
I thought that just with the story arc over last week and this week, where we're getting a slow build up of
Flame
negative
out.
Max content, that it was building to, like, this was the week of the cartoon villains going home, you know?
Yeah, Rich, I kind of and Max, yeah, for sure, because it was they all flamed out. I think they were kind of aggressive, and then everyone was like, "No, go away."
The week before, we had Ali, Nash, Kent. Like, it's been a
trope,
death of. Yes.
But it's great for the story, because then they go and then we get all these new characters open up and show us how crazy they are. This season is chef's kiss, mate.
Cut off one dickhead and a new one grows. It's beautiful.
Stunning. At Tribal, Max says, "Oh, it's gnarly, baby. Gnarly." I was like, no. But Myles is nervous about his spot in the game. He tells us, he's like, "Oh, the only bloke I'm in with is that crazy guy, AJ, who's talking hostage talk."
Poor Myles. He has a really bad friend. One friend, and that's even the girlies at this point think that Myles is going out and are convincing him to play his idol for Zara. Like, this man needs some new friends, stat.
How did you find Max's like blue steel faces at this tribal? He was full like working the cameras.
Pantomime. He's a pantomime actor rather than a subtle actor, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what did he say? Something about being a steam train. He's like, "I'm going to be a goddamn steam train." Did I make that up?
I can't remember, because I was like 8 rosés deep by this stage.
I think we both were. I'm pretty sure he said something about like he was real cocky. He's like, "I'm going to be a goddamn steam train."
His supply at this point. Jezebel was nowhere in sight.
She'd left the building.
Yeah.
Then we get the vote. Max calls Myles the jungle rat. Myles plays the idol for himself, which I was like, yay.
Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
And then, the Max votes pile in, and we did it. I like to see a cocky queen knock down a peg.
I know, I did feel bad for him. I'm like, imagine being cyberbullied for 2 weeks and then going out on your villain episode.
Well, I'm not paying attention to that shit. So I'm just here just having a laugh. But now that you've told me that, I look like such a cunt. So thank you, Annabelle.
I should have maybe told you at the start of the episode rather than letting you pile on him for 60 minutes.
No, I would not have changed a thing. Don't you worry.
But look, what's important is baby girl Myles is safe. And we love baby girl Myles.
Love.
And we were never going to lose one of the kind of boring hot dads or mean girls in this spot anyway. So we've got to protect Zara. We love Zara and Laura.
Love.
Max, this was the best result.
What are you hoping for? Who are you rooting for? What's going to happen?
Okay, so obviously I only think with my ovaries, so I'm all in on Karen and Paulie. But I mean, I think I'm just all about the original Brains tribe anyway. I don't want to see Laura go. I don't want to see Logan go. I don't want to see Zara go. I do like Paulie and Noonan, but if I have to pick between their alliance and Karen, like I'm backing Karen. And I have no like AJ. I am way more irritated by him than the internet is irritated by Max. So
is the internet
let
not
me
irritated
see.
at AJ as well? Surely.
No, they're too busy being mad at Max for existing.
Nah, I mean, as much as I found Max annoying and stuff, I didn't at any point dislike him. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like entertaining. I think the AJ thing I think is like trying a bit too hard to the point where I'm like, eh. But I'm on a roller coaster with AJ.
Him to shut down. Like it seems like next week it's a fight as to who can throw the challenge the hardest. And I want to see everyone be like, you know what would be easiest if we just got rid of this man?
There was a time on this show where if you threw a challenge, like the mateship would like be so mad at you. So I love that we've progressed as a society to a place of pantomime.
The hot dads are actively throwing challenges. Remember when George was told he couldn't win because he didn't try hard enough in challenges? We won't vote for you.
Look at him now.
And now the hot dad PD is pretending that he can't throw.
So good. Well, Annabelle, we did it. Another week of Australian Survivor in the history books. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sam. I am an obsessed fan of yours. And
stop. It's mutual.
I would love to see you do the splits during Pegging Challenge.
Hey, any minute now. They are casting, so maybe next year.
Put in that application. I need to see it. You in a Speedo for 49 gazillion days. I'm about it.
And to quote you, what have you got going on and where can people find you?
You can find me over at Babes on the Brink, where we're recapping the Traitors US. I just recapped 90 Day Fiance with Puya over on the 90 Day Wrap Up.
Yes, I'm going to definitely listen to that.
Yeah, that was a mess. But yes, Babes on the Brink, and then Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Annabelle CE.
Stunning. Thanks, baby girl. I'll see you soon.
Bye.